Israel continues tonight. Tens of thousands of civilians are on the move in northern Gaza, fleeing south after Israeli is warning that the massive military action is imminent. Israeli defense forces are amassing on Gaza's border as the U.S. works with partners in the Middle East to save the lives of civilians caught in that possible crossfire or being held in captivity by Hamas.
A local Palestinian faith leader with a family and friends in Gaza is calling for peace as war with Israel rages. Dr. Iyad Najdawi says while it's difficult, political leaders need to make reasonable and practical decisions going forward, decisions devoid of emotion. If not, he says the acts of violence against innocent civilians on both sides will be repeated. He says the near-total blockade of the Gaza Strip has created a pressure cooker where young Palestinians see no hope for the future.
You know, the fundamentals of it is rather simple. I mean, this is an occupation that has been going on for more than 50 years. As a matter of fact, it has been going on more than 75 years.
Now, Najdawi does not excuse the violent acts committed by Hamas, especially against civilians, but he believes most of the conversation around the war right now centers on revenge, not around a plan to end the violence. He says all occupations must come to an end, but leaders must determine if that end will be peaceful or violent.
We have to look for a solution where people will live together, side by side, in peace, and everybody is prosperous. That is the goal. And whatever it takes, people should be rallying behind that goal.
As a practical matter, Najdawi says most Palestinians want opportunity for their children and basic amenities like running water, food, and medicine. Until there's a solution where Palestinians and Israelis have their own country, he fears for the future.